Hi everyone, today we are going to be talking about a foundation, and I don't think I've made any secret of the fact that I really enjoy MeccaMax products. I think that they're really a good sort of affordable, semi-affordable option in MeccaMaxima. So far, like the majority of products in that brand, I've really enjoyed. I really like the Life Proof foundation. There's a whole bunch of powders and stuff that I've really enjoyed as well. And so when I saw that a new foundation had been released, I reached out and asked if I could grab a sample of that. So I've got a few shades here to play with. So we'll be talking about the MeccaMax Selfie Skin 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. That idea of 2-in-1 excites me greatly, but I have to be honest, I've got some doubts on whether or not this is going to be strong enough to cover up, let's say, my under eye circles and stuff like that, because yeah. Alright, so here she is. This is the packaging. I have to say I really enjoy these squeezy tube packaging that comes with a pump. It reminds me a lot of my favourite, which is the CC cream one. And it's interesting because when I first took this out of the packet, out of the box, I thought, oh, this is actually quite small. But it does have 30 mils in it, which is sort of the standard amount of foundation you get in most sort of brands. So this baby costs $28. It's a little bit cheaper than the Life Proof. The Life Proof was $32. Yeah, $32 for the same amount of product. I don't have that anymore because I did finish it all up and I just didn't feel like I could purchase any more foundation at this point. But yeah, this claims to have a 2-in-1 function, so you can put it on lightly for a normal foundation and then build it up, and then you can stipple it on to create sort of a more concealer effect, so to get quite a lot of coverage. So I've just got my notes down below, so excuse me for looking down a little bit. But so the finish is described as radiant matte, which is very confusing. And then when I read up about it, it said it's radiant because it's quite moisturizing and it's not like a super matte finish, but it does have those oil absorbing powders in it to give you that long wearing kind of element. So interesting. It is supposed to be high coverage, and as I said, it can be built up to look like concealer. It claims to be vegan, cruelty free. So as I said, it is 30 mils, $28, and there are 20 shades. Still not a great amount of shades from MeccaMax. However, it's a lot better than last time. So the Life Proof was available in 8 shades, I want to say. But Mecca did have lightening and darkening drops for that foundation. As far as I can see, there's no similar product. But yeah, there's 20 shades. When I had a look at the shades, it looks like there's about 4 deep shades. There's a few dark ones, quite a few of the mediums, and quite a few of the lights. So it does look like a more even kind of balance of shades, but of course it'd be great to get even like maybe 10 more shades just to expand the range and make sure that sort of most people are covered. What I automatically love about this packaging is that you can actually unscrew the pump so that you can get the last of the products. I find with this type of product you can't actually take that top off, so you end up cutting it and having to squeeze the rest out, whereas you are going to be able to maybe put something in there and scrape it out or just squeeze it out. So really like that. Okay, so as I said, I've got 3 shades. I've got LC2, LN4 and LC3. I'm assuming LC is light cool and I'm assuming LN is light neutral. So LN4 is beige, LC3 is creme, and LC2 is buff. And let's have a look at which ones maybe look best on me. So in terms of my skin, all I've done so far is I did actually exfoliate this morning. So I do have a bit of texture going on now because those sort of, what's it called? The congestion and stuff has come out. So there is a little bit of, let's say, swelling in those areas. I'm looking a little red, and of course my dark under eyes, for a little bit of pigmentation happening around my mouth. In terms of primer, I didn't want to use anything glowy and I didn't want to use anything mattifying. I wanted to use something kind of neutral. So I'm just using something sort of moisturizing, which is what I really enjoy. So I'm using the Smashbox Primerizer. So just rubbing that in. It's funny how much redder my skin looks on camera than in person. It looks like as soon as I touch it on camera, it goes really red. So the first thing, I'm going to assume that I'm neutral because that's what I usually am. And I hate when things pull too pink on me. But this is, let's have a look. This is Pump's, oh, there we go. Pump's quite firm. NL4 beige. not bad. This is LN3 creme, I think it's called, yeah, creme. Oh no, that looks quite pink. LC2 buff. Oh, that's way more pink. I think the first one was most correct. Yeah, let's go beige. All right, I feel like you're really far away from me right now. Let's zoom in a little bit. Oh, hi, that's close. All right, so here we go. We're gonna use beige on my skin. What will we use to apply it? Let's use the Juno sponge. So it does say that you can use fingers, brush or sponge. So I prefer a sponge. I'm gonna start off with, let's go with 2 pumps. In terms of texture, it feels quite creamy. So it's not like super liquidy. The Life Proof is quite liquidy. This is more of a cream foundation. It's funny, on the website it actually does, oh, there is some coverage here. On the website it does say you can use whatever method you like, but the back of the tube says brush. Yeah, we have some coverage, and also this is looking really light. But don't forget it might darken a little as it dries. And also I was looking quite red because of my skincare this morning. I've got a breakout just here. It's a really odd place for me to get a breakout. This is looking so light and like mental at the moment, but I think it's actually the right colour. Alright, so I think that's actually enough coverage for me in terms of my face. Let's just see though if it does build. Maybe we'll just use it just around the mouth just to see if it is buildable. I mean, I can only assume it is because of the nature of the product. I'm just grabbing a concealer brush and about half a pump on the back of my hand. And I'm going to, it does the opposite of a lot of other foundations in that it actually gets lighter once you put it on your skin. Like, or maybe it's just the camera. But on camera I'm looking really, really pale, and in my mirror I'm not. So this doesn't have any SPF as far as I can see, so we shouldn't have any flashback issues. I'm just going to finish it off with a sponge just to get rid of any little brush marks. Alright, this is a better representation. The light lock had gone on, I don't know how to explain it, but basically the light had been fixed, and so I looked really, really pale, but this is actually a true representation of what the foundation looks like on my skin. Up and close, you can see some pores on my nose, which is normal because I have pores. It definitely doesn't look super cakey, and it definitely doesn't look, yeah, like it doesn't look really dry. I had a bit of a technical glitch happening, so I thought it was recording, but it wasn't. All you missed was me just powdering my face. My skin, even though I've powdered, my skin feels quite moisturized. Yeah, it feels really good. Alright, I'm not going anywhere today. I'm just like bumming around. But just for the full effect of the foundation, I will just apply some more makeup, and yeah, then I'll be back. Alright, I'm done. Okay, so just some other products that I used on my face. I used a Too Faced bronzer. I used a blush in Gold Glow. It's quite pretty. I used White Gold in the highlighter. I used 2 shades in this palette here. This isn't available anymore, so we won't go into depth with that. And I used Fairy Floss on my lips, but I didn't even like wind up any product. I really just used the what was on the tip already because I didn't want much happening on the lips. This is what's happening right now. I haven't spritzed my skin down. Don't know if I will actually. Oh, also I used the eyebrow stuff, the gel. So yeah, I don't know that I'll spritz it down. Maybe I should because I just normally do. I think it actually did like a fairly good job at covering my under eye circles. We will do a few check-ins. We will see how we go throughout the rest of the day. I don't know if this is like just from my, I don't know, my what's the word, gut feeling is that this will probably get better within an hour or so. This kind of texture sometimes does break up on me and make me look a little oily, but hopefully that doesn't happen. So here's some front camera realness. My skin's looking quite pinky, even though that was neutral, but I think that's actually the powder because this powder does throw a little pink on me, which is the Patrick Star MAC. I have to be honest, I don't like the way my under eyes look, but I think that's the matte. I don't know what it is actually, to be honest. I don't know if it's just because I built up more product there or what it is, but apart from that, I feel really under eye today. All right, so I'm outside and my skin actually looks better, but my under eyes are insane. They're just really puffy. Like, why? I got heaps of sleep. I actually slept in, maybe that's why, I don't know. But hi, I'm actually not even looking at my foundation at the moment. I'm just looking at my under eyes because they're driving me crazy. But yeah, it looks okay. I feel like though it's just giving me the vibe that it's gonna turn super greasy on me, but it's still early, we'll see. Hey, so it's a few hours later. My eyes are really red, I'm not sure what's going on. But the foundation looks okay. I'm not like blown away by it. I'm just looking at myself in the viewfinder. Sorry that I'm not looking straight at you, but it's completely, almost completely gone. Can you see that? From my nose. It's gone from my chin. Now there was some spaghetti eating, so it could have been that. But yes, it's completely gone from there. It's completely gone from my nose. It has creased under my eyes. So what I think is that I like it as the foundation, but I probably wouldn't layer it as a concealer for myself. It might be really good for spot concealing, but for my under eyes, no. I'm gonna wear it again tomorrow and maybe another time just for a 3 days kind of test, and I'll be back tomorrow. I won't show you putting it on and stuff like that. I'll just put it on in the morning and then check in with you tomorrow night. Hey, so it is the end of the second day. I wore it to work all day today. And what I did differently to yesterday is I actually used no primer. I just used it on top of moisturizer on my bare skin. I used a different concealer because I felt like this didn't work for me. And it's actually broken up quite a bit. I'm not sure how much you can see, but the end of my nose is completely like makeup free, as is my chin. My skin is very, very shiny. What I'm gonna do tomorrow is use like a mattifying, like long wearing primer and see if that makes a difference. I used Shape Tape on my under eyes, which usually works really well, but that's broken up as well, I think because this was underneath. Today, the color is okay. I didn't end up mixing, I think all 3 shades together because I wanted to get sort of a more realistic look to my skin, but I ended up looking a lot pinker. What I have to say so far is that the coverage is really good, but it's just not long wearing. Just for sort of short wear, going out, heading to the shops, doing your groceries, all that sort of stuff. If you're not wearing makeup for a long time, then so far this looks really good, but I will give it another try tomorrow. But for today, it's a no. It actually performed worse today than it did yesterday. Hey, morning. So today I'm wearing the Selfie Skin for the 3rd time. And I feel like today it looks the best that it has so far. I've used like a long wearing mattifying primer underneath. I've used the MAC Time something. Anyway, hopefully it lasts today. It hasn't really lasted the last few days. I've also used a little bit less than usual than I did last time, and it's looking less cakey and it's looking just a lot better generally on the skin. So fingers crossed today. All right, it is day 3 of this wear test and I think we figured it out. Today, it looks like it's lasted a good amount. So I absolutely avoided using it around the eyes because it really did crease under my eyes. Used another concealer, or used a concealer. I used it with the MAC Mineralize Time Check Lotion, which is a like long wearing kind of base product. Used powder as normal, blush and bronzer, and it's lasted really well. I also think I used less than I did the previous times. It's definitely glowy. It's definitely showing wear around the tip of my nose, but everywhere else it looks really good. I would probably powder right now and have it last sort of for the remainder of the night. So here's my final thoughts. It's one of those products for me that didn't just work straight away. I had to kind of play around with what to use it with. I did eventually find that it works really well with a sort of mattifying primer. I don't think that it's a long wear foundation as such, and for me personally, it's not a concealer and foundation one, although it did do very well at hiding, let's say, spots and stuff, because it's very, very full coverage. Every other day that I've worn it, I kind of, by the end of the day, couldn't wait to take it off. And right now I feel still quite comfortable. It feels very, I don't feel like I've got anything on my skin. There's no tightness. There's no like super greasy, melty feeling. It just feels really good and lightweight. I ended up sticking with Light Neutral 4, the beige shade, because it ended up matching quite well. All of the other shades, the other 2 shades I was sent, were too pink or just too light. I probably would have liked to go maybe 1 shade darker, but I always think better lighter than darker because you can actually just bronze up a little bit more. So just to wrap up, this is available at MeccaMaxima now and online. It's $28. You get a full ounce or 30 mils. There are 20 shades, vegan, cruelty-free, just like all of the MeccaMax range. I definitely agree with the claims that it is moisturizing. I definitely agree that it is a high coverage foundation, and I feel like it's something that'd be perfect for drier skins and more mature skins. During winter, I'm going to continue wearing this, but I don't think this is going to be something that I can use in summer because I tend to get a lot oilier and I feel like my face will just eat it. So it took 3 days that we got there, and yeah, I think I found the best way to use it for myself. I hope if you have this that you really like it. Leave me a comment down below, let me know if you do have this product and what you think of it. Otherwise, what are some of your other kind of like moisturizing foundation recommendations? Let's leave it there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.